Just pulled that little tape strip off the back so we can get to the screws. So we can release that. I don't really need to release all of it, but I'm going to take it off anyway. All I needed to get was that bit off. That'll save me a bit of soldering, just being able to swap that one straight across. And while we are taking it apart, I'll just point out this really has melted well. It's actually melted in such a way that I can't get it off the heatsink. It's gone like heat shrink plastic. It's actually formed around the heatsink now, whereas that one just lifts off. So this really is in a sorry state. I'm going to have to cut it just to be able to get it off. I don't need to cut it to get it off. I don't need to get it off, but I'm going to, just so we can have a look at it. Because I can actually get to all the wires now anyway. Yeah, I think I said I could save myself a bit of soldering, but I think I might resolder. Where are we? Focus. I think I'll desolder and resolder there rather than trying to get all the way into the other end where I'll have to solder it anyway. So yeah, might as well desolder it up there, but the other end will leave. Right, just pulled it out of there. So that's the, can we get that off? It's sticky. That'll be the Peltier module. Oh, that's why that one's not working. Well, yeah, that's why that one's not working. Wires come off. This was all, I don't know if you can see the surface, that all the wires were actually stuck to the side of the plastic where it had melted. That's all pretty impressive stuff. Right, I don't know for sure, but I'm guessing that wire should be there. It looks different to Peltier tiles that I've looked at in the past. Well, it may not actually be Peltier, it may be a different version of the same type of thing. The white stuff is thermal paste that transfers the heat from there to there, which is a metal plate from the looks of it on the top of the plastic unit. Right, that's the power unit from that one. We're plugged in. If I press that button, the lights come on. If I press that button, that light should come on. Yeah, that's on. Let's turn the flashlight off. Right. That's on. That's off. Yeah, so those lights work. And if I switch the power on, just hope we don't get a bang. Right, green lights come on. Fan sucks in there and blows out here. So that appears to be back together. I've got to put the screws back in. I haven't screwed that back in place at the moment. But I'll do that. And I'll put the thermometer inside. Oh, I need to put the trays back in as well. I took them out while I was working on it. Right, I'll do that in a second. That one's now fully assembled with the replacement power unit in it, or the one swapped out of that one. Sealed all down again. And I've put the thermometer in it. So we're currently showing 14 Celsius, nearly 16 Celsius. So we'll just leave that in there and see if it cools down. Obviously it'll help if we switch it on. Yeah, so that's now running. Green light on the back. So we'll leave that. Yeah, that is running. Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. I think something's working, because that is warm air coming up there, quite warm. Right, we'll check in a little while, see if it cools down. And this one, I don't know if I can see if I can get that wire back on there. I don't know if it's soldered. Oh, it looks like it's soldered. We'll see if we can get solder on there and see if we can get this one working. But we've no longer got a power unit for it. This big lump here is, I'm guessing, aluminium solid to transfer the temperature from that plate there, which looks like an aluminium plate on top of the plastic housing there. So that connects to that, and then that sits on top of the Peltier tile or whatever it is. And then, so that should be the cold side, and then this is the hot side. And then the fan tries to blow, or the fan does blow air over that, so that the heat is then ducted up through the bit that I had to cut off to get it out, which is now working on this one. I'm guessing this one got so hot that that solder came loose. That's what happens quite often on my electric motors, my cars, when I overheat them. Right, when I've tried and failed trying to get that solder onto there wasn't really going to be much hope, because the heat sink's going to take the heat away from the solder anyway. But yeah, that's a fail. So we're not going to get that one working again. Not easily anyway. Well, it's only been a matter of minutes, but let's have a look. That has gone down about a degree. So we'll leave it for a bit longer. It's got the potential to do something now. I'm impatient. Let's have another look. Down to 10 degrees. The temperature is going down, which is more than it was doing before. Oh, that does feel cold up under there. It's got condensation on it as well. So yeah, that looks like it might be working now. I can't shut it. Right, shut. Yeah. Okay. Right, I've left this running for another hour or so. Yeah, about another hour. Let's just have a look what this is saying. 32.3 there, where it's blowing the air out. 4.8 in there, so it is cooling. Let's see what that one says. Yeah, that one agrees. Saying about 5. So yeah, that one's working. Whether it's worth it is another question. But yeah, it appears to work. I shan't leave it on overnight because it does warn you on those warnings in there. Do not leave it on continuously. Switch it off occasionally. But yeah, there we go. Little light there and light there, but neither of those have any effect on whether it's running or not. And if I turn it off, that turns off the cooling element or heater. It's heating the outside, cooling the inside, but these still work. Which I find a little bit odd. But yeah, you can run your USB supply without actually having it running to cool things down. Why would you want to do that? I don't know. And I suppose that's just so you can have a night light or something. Odd. And that's back on again. So yeah, that could even be what happened, that whoever it was who'd been using it thought they'd switched it off when it was still running, and then they'd left something on top, and that's why the other one melted. Possible. Or they just forgot and just put something on top when it was running anyway. Yeah, just one final thing. I've just noticed it's switched off, so the fan's not running. That's switched off. That's switched off. But if you open it, the light still comes on. So all the LED circuitry is live even when it's switched off. That seems a bit odd. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave us a comment so I know how I'm doing. And somewhere up here there'll be some links to related playlists. Thanks again.